Most interesting videos, from Chill Dude Knowledge, the creepy psychology behind modern comfort. Number 11. The loneliness of connection. Here's the most ironic thing about modern comfort. We've never been more connected and never felt more alone. Social media gives you the illusion of community while stripping away the real thing. The brain reads digital faces as almost human, close enough to trigger social instincts, but not enough to satisfy them. It's like eating cardboard that tastes faintly of pizza. You get the illusion of nourishment, but your emotional stomach is still empty. Psychologists call it social snacking. You nibble on likes and comments instead of genuine conversation, but the hunger never goes away. That's why scrolling through your feed feels both soothing and depressing. You're simulating friendship through a glass screen, while your brain quietly wonders why the tribe feels so far away. Number 10. Decision fatigue. Modern comfort isn't just soft, it's relentless. Every day, you face dozens, maybe hundreds, of tiny decisions: what to wear, what to eat, which app to open. And here's the creepy part. The more choices you have, the more exhausted your brain gets. This is called decision fatigue, and it makes your brain a tyrant that will eventually force you into the easiest option, even if it's terrible for you. Think about it. Endless streaming menus, endless grocery aisles, endless apps begging for attention. Your brain gets tired, your willpower collapses, and suddenly, the convenient thing, instant noodles, endless scrolling, impulse purchases wins. Modern comfort doesn't give freedom. It gives mental laziness wrapped in convenience. Number 9. The temperature trap. You probably haven't been cold or hot in years, at least not for long. The modern thermostat has become your climate god, keeping you at a perfect 22 degrees Celsius year-round. But here's the creepy twist. Your body needs temperature stress to stay functional. Your ancestors survived frost, heat waves, and monsoon rains. You panic if the air conditioner is 2 degrees off. Constant comfort dulls your body's adaptive systems, your metabolism slows, circulation weakens, and your body literally forgets how to regulate itself. Cold exposure boosts dopamine and immune response. Heat helps your cardiovascular system. Avoid both, and your body becomes a spoiled houseplant, alive but barely thriving. Basically, you traded resilience for central heating. Number 8. The cushion curse. That cushy chair you love? It's betraying you. Humans weren't designed to sit in clouds of foam for 8 hours. Our muscles evolved for movement, posture, and occasional sprinting away from predators, not ergonomic paralysis. Sitting too long literally changes your brain chemistry. It reduces blood flow to regions tied to focus and memory, while your body quietly melts into furniture mode. And yet, we call this comfort. The irony? The more you sit to rest, the more tired you feel. It's comfort that breeds exhaustion. Your caveman ancestors would laugh if they saw you complaining about back pain while surrounded by cushions. Number 7. The noise of silence. Ever noticed how uncomfortable true silence feels? You walk into a quiet room, and suddenly you need to play something, a podcast, a video, background noise. That's not random. It's withdrawal. Constant digital noise has rewired your brain to associate silence with danger or loneliness. Ancient humans relied on ambient sounds, wind, insects, crackling fires as signs of safety. Now, silence means no stimulation detected, and your brain freaks out. So you fill the void. But the result is worse. Overstimulation erases your ability to sit with your own thoughts. The quiet doesn't scare you because it's empty. It scares you because it's you. Number 6. The automation addiction. Alexa, turn off my lights. AI, write my essay. App, think for me. See the pattern? Automation is making life smoother, and your brain lazier. Every time technology solves a micro problem, you lose a micro skill. Remembering directions? Gone. Basic math? Outsourced. Mental endurance? Optional. Studies even show GPS use reduces gray matter in the hippocampus, the part responsible for memory and spatial reasoning. Comfort tech doesn't just make life easier, it makes you easier to control. The more convenience you rely on, the less you actually think. It's like willingly handing your cognitive steering wheel to a robot chauffeur. Number 5. The comfort paradox. Here's a weird thought: your brain wasn't designed to be happy, it was designed to survive. Which means all the comfy stuff we've built, temperature control, food delivery, Netflix is technically breaking your internal software. You're living in survival mode, with no actual survival required. It's like having a fire alarm that screams every time you light a candle. Back in the caveman days, comfort meant safety. A full belly? You lived. A warm cave? You didn't freeze. But now comfort is just Tuesday. So your brain keeps raising the stakes. It stops getting satisfied by basic comfort and starts craving dopamine fireworks. That's why you scroll TikTok while watching Netflix while eating chips. You're chasing the ancient saber-toothed tiger victory high with convenience store snacks. Basically, you're a cave person trapped in a luxury spa, panicking because your Wi-Fi is slow. Number 4. The death of boredom. Once upon a time, boredom was useful. It's what made humans invent tools, art, and probably the concept of fire good. Now, boredom lasts about 6 seconds before you reach for your phone like it's a life raft. But here's the dark twist: by killing boredom, we're killing our ability to think creatively. When you're bored, your brain enters the default mode network, the same state responsible for imagination and deep thought. It's where ideas simmer. But if you never give your brain that quiet space, your creativity shrinks faster than your attention span. Scientists have found that constant stimulation, notifications, autoplay, endless scrolling, literally rewires your brain to expect more stimulation. So when people say, "I can't focus anymore," what they really mean is, "I've trained my brain to treat stillness as a threat." Number 3. The anxiety of ease. Here's the real horror story. Convenience breeds anxiety. Everything is faster, smoother, and easier, yet everyone's more stressed than ever. That's not irony, it's neuroscience. When life's too easy, your stress system doesn't shut off, it just finds new, dumber things to panic about. Your ancestors worried about predators and famine. You worry about unread emails and whether your text sounded too passive. The brain doesn't know the difference. Cortisol is cortisol. So even though you're safe, your nervous system is like, "Cool, let's have a panic attack about the tone of that thumbs up emoji." Modern comfort didn't erase stress, it just rebranded it as productivity. Number 2. The phantom hunger. Here's a weird one. Your brain can crave comfort it doesn't even need. You've probably experienced this, staring at your pantry, munching on snacks while your stomach is already full, feeling an odd sense of dissatisfaction. That's phantom hunger, and it's not about food. It's about your brain trying to fill a void left by overstimulated comfort. Our ancestors had to work for everything: hunting, gathering, surviving. Every meal was earned, every rest was precious. Today, calories are delivered by apps, and rest comes in the form of binge-watching shows you don't even remember. Your brain thinks, "I'm not achieving anything, better eat, scroll, or swipe for a hit of accomplishment." It's a dopamine placebo, but somehow, your body keeps paying the price. So next time you grab chips while watching TikTok, remember, your brain is addicted to the idea of comfort, not the comfort itself. Number 1. The comfort cocoon. Finally, we arrive at the ultimate creepy twist. You're living in a comfort cocoon, and it's rewiring your perception of reality. Every convenience, every piece of tech, every little hack designed to make life easier is quietly training your brain to expect the world to bend to your whims. When it doesn't, stress skyrockets. Traffic? Panic. Cold shower? Trauma. Delayed delivery? Existential crisis. Humans were built to adapt, to endure, to struggle. Modern comfort didn't remove struggle, it made you fragile enough to panic at a minor inconvenience. And the scariest part? Most people don't even notice it. They're happy in their cocoons, completely oblivious that they're slowly rewiring their brains to require ease in every single moment. The hidden dangers built into safety itself. Number 11. The seatbelt paradox. Seatbelts save lives, that's a fact. But they've also tricked us into driving like we're invincible. See, before seatbelts were common, people drove slower and more cautiously because, nobody wanted to become spaghetti on impact. But once safety belts became mandatory, humans did what humans always do: we got cocky. Studies found that drivers wearing seatbelts often take sharper turns, drive faster, and brake later because their brain quietly whispers, "You're basically immortal now." It's called risk compensation, and it's our favorite way to ruin good ideas. The safer we feel, the dumber we tend to behave. Like putting on sunscreen and deciding to nap on the equator. So, yes, seatbelts save lives, but they also turn some people into part-time stunt drivers. Ironically, safety made us feel so safe, we stopped being safe. Number 10. Safety glass, unsafe confidence. When modern glass stopped slicing people in half, humanity decided to start sprinting toward it. Safety glass, used in cars and buildings, is designed to shatter without impaling you. Great idea. Except now, because our monkey brains think safe means indestructible, people started doing incredibly stupid things like kicking glass doors for fun or leaning against skyscraper windows for a selfie. There's a name for this mindset too. The illusion of invulnerability. You assume something built for safety is a force field. Spoiler, it's not. Even safety glass has limits, and they usually appear about 2 seconds before someone screams, "It wasn't supposed to break." The very thing designed to protect us became an invitation to test fate because we'd rather believe in safety than actually practice it. Number 9. Fireproof, but not foolproof. You know what's more dangerous than fire? People who think they're fireproof. When fire retardant materials became common, accidental burns went down, but so did common sense. People started smoking in bed again, leaving candles near curtains, and using heaters like campfires because the fabric is treated. Spoiler, treated does not equal immortal. Fireproofing slows the burn. It doesn't erase physics. It's like wearing a raincoat in a hurricane and assuming you can breathe underwater. We've built this weird psychological armor where safety certified means idiot permission granted. It's not fire that's the problem anymore, it's our overconfidence in thinking we beat it. Number 8. Emergency exits that cause panic. You know those calm little exit signs glowing above doors? They're meant to guide you out safely, unless, of course, you're human. In real emergencies, studies show people often ignore or block exits because their brains enter something called herding panic. We don't think, we follow the crowd. So if one person runs the wrong way, everyone else follows right into disaster. Even worse, safety drills can backfire by giving people false confidence that they'll act rationally in a crisis. Spoiler, you won't. The safest route is usually behind you, but your brain's too busy sprinting toward whoever looks the most panicked. Number 7. The safe neighborhood myth. Living in a safe area feels like peace of mind until you realize it can make you dangerously complacent. People in low-crime zones tend to leave doors unlocked, skip security systems, and trust random door-to-door inspectors because, well, that kind of thing doesn't happen here. Statistically, that mindset increases the odds of being targeted because criminals love complacency. It's called the security paradox. Safety attracts risk through lowered vigilance. Basically, the safer we feel, the easier we are to surprise. So next time someone brags, "I don't even lock my doors," just know they're one confident raccoon away from a true crime documentary. Number 6. The warning sign paradox. Everywhere you go, you're surrounded by caution signs. Wet floors, low ceilings, mild inclines, existential dread. But here's the catch. The more warning signs people see, the less they care. Psychologists call it risk normalization. Your brain stops reacting to danger when danger becomes background noise. So when the real hazard shows up, like, say, an actual drop-off, you walk right into it because your brain filed caution under probably nothing. It's the safety version of the boy who cried wolf, except the wolf is gravity. And you're holding a cup of coffee while slipping on the caution slippery floor sign itself. Number 5. The helmet halo. Picture this. You're riding your bike, feeling like the hero of a safety PSA. You've got your helmet, your reflective vest, maybe even knee pads. But here's the twist, that feeling of invincibility actually increases your chance of an accident. Studies show cyclists who wear helmets often ride faster and take sharper risks because they feel protected. And even better drivers subconsciously pass closer to helmeted cyclists, assuming they're more skilled. So you're safer, but everyone around you acts like you're bulletproof. The helmet halo is real, and it proves once again that humans can turn anything, even safety, into an excuse for chaos. Number 4. The GPS effect. Nothing feels safer than letting your phone guide you through the unknown, right? Wrong. GPS navigation has saved millions from being lost and sent thousands straight into lakes. Over-reliance on technology creates a mental blindfold psychologists call automation bias. Your brain outsources responsibility to the machine, assuming it can't be wrong. That's how you get people following turn left, straight into oncoming traffic. It's not that GPS is evil, it's that our trust in it is blind. We stopped thinking, stopped observing, and started believing the little voice in the dashboard knows reality better than our eyes do. We've traded awareness for convenience, and that's not navigation, that's hypnosis with Wi-Fi. Number 3. Protective gear over confidence. Helmets, gloves, knee pads, they make you feel invincible. But in sports and workplaces, that feeling often leads to something called risk homeostasis, when people subconsciously increase their risk-taking to keep their danger level constant. For example, cyclists with helmets ride closer to traffic. Workers with safety gloves handle sharper tools. Basically, your brain has a built-in danger thermostat, and if you turn the world's risk down, it cranks you up. We're not evolved for safety, we're evolved for balance. And when we feel too safe, our brains start searching for new ways to flirt with chaos. Number 2. Safety warnings that kill curiosity. You've seen them, the ridiculous warning labels like, "Do not iron clothes while wearing them." These aren't just funny, they're proof that safety culture has gone off the rails. The more warnings we see, the less we read them. It's called warning fatigue, when your brain gets so used to seeing danger signs that it stops taking them seriously. It's why people still microwave metal despite the literal flames on the box. Over-labeling creates a psychological numbness where nothing feels dangerous anymore, even when it is. We've basically built a world where danger signs mean optional suggestion. The result? We ignore real hazards because fake ones trained our brains to roll their eyes. Number 1. The comfort trap. The ultimate danger hidden inside safety is comfort. The safer life gets, the less resilient we become. Our ancestors dodged predators and famine, we panic when the Wi-Fi drops. Modern safety has numbed our survival instincts to the point where mild inconvenience feels like mortal peril. Psychologists warn that chronic comfort can actually increase anxiety and fragility. The more we insulate ourselves from risk, the smaller our tolerance for uncertainty becomes. So, in a strange twist of evolution, safety, the very thing we crave most, may be quietly dismantling the toughness that got us this far. You're being controlled by things you don't even notice. Number 11. The color trap. Ever noticed how every fast food chain uses the same color combo, red and yellow? That's not a coincidence. It's a psychological ambush. Red triggers your appetite and urgency, while yellow makes you feel cheerful and impulsive. Together, they basically scream, "Eat now, think later." It's the perfect cocktail for turning your brain into a hungry toddler. The same color science is used everywhere. Blue for trust, hello, banks. Green for eco-friendly vibes, even when it's just plastic with a leaf logo. And black for luxury, because apparently rich people like sadness. Your brain has been trained over centuries of evolution to associate certain colors with safety, danger, or comfort, and marketers have learned to hijack that for profit. You think you're choosing based on taste, preference, or mood, but really you're just a puppet of the color wheel. Number 10. The sale illusion. You walk into a store, see 50% off plastered everywhere, and suddenly your brain goes full raccoon mode. Must, hoard, discount. But that's not a deal. That's a dopamine trap. Retailers use something called anchoring bias. Basically, they set a fake high price first, then show you the discount, so your brain thinks it's scoring a win. But here's the fun part, sometimes the sale price was the normal price all along. You're not saving money, you're just losing it more enthusiastically. The red sale signs, the countdown timers, the only two left. Messages, they're all psychological cattle prods poking your sense of urgency. And the worst part? Even when you know it's fake, your brain still falls for it. It's like watching a horror movie, you know the jump scare's coming, but you still scream anyway. Number 9. The mirror trick. You know that feeling when you check yourself out in a store mirror and think, "Dang, I look good?" Yeah, that's not you, it's the lighting. Retail mirrors are often tilted slightly forward, which subtly elongates your body and makes you appear slimmer. Add in warm, soft lighting that hides skin flaws, and boom, you're basically in a funhouse designed by a marketing major with a god complex. It's not vanity, it's manipulation. The psychology is simple. The better you feel about yourself in that mirror, the more likely you are to buy whatever's hanging off you. You walk out thinking you've found your style, but when you get home and try it on under normal lighting, suddenly you look like a potato who believed in false promises. You didn't buy the clothes you bought, the illusion that you look good. Number 8. Background music brainwashing. Ever wondered why grocery stores play soft, slow music? It's not for your shopping pleasure. It's because slow music makes you move slower, which means you spend more time in the store, which means you buy more stuff. Meanwhile, fast-paced music in bars or fast food joints speeds up your pace, eat quick, drink quick, leave quick, next customer please. Even the genre is chosen for effect. Classical in a wine aisle makes you feel fancy, so you pick the pricier bottle. Upbeat pop in clothing stores boosts confidence, so you buy the sparkly jacket you'll never wear. Basically, every playlist you hear in public is less background ambiance and more financial hypnosis. Your ears are open, your wallet is too. Number 7. The default dilemma. When was the last time you read the fine print before clicking I agree? Exactly. You didn't. Because humans love defaults. We assume the preset choice is the right one, so we don't change it. That's how tech companies sneak in permissions, subscriptions, and data sharing agreements that sound totally harmless until you realize your fridge now knows your bedtime. It's called the default effect, and it's terrifyingly effective. People are statistically more likely to donate organs, stay in mailing lists, or auto-renew payments simply because someone pre-checked a box. You're not lazy, you're just neurologically wired to trust what's already set up. Basically, the default setting is the decision. Number 6. The scent scam. You walk into a fancy store and wow, it smells amazing. Clean linen, vanilla, maybe a hint of rich people who don't sweat. But that isn't coincidence, it's olfactory manipulation. Retailers literally pump carefully engineered scents through their ventilation systems to alter your mood and spending behavior. There's psychology behind every whiff. A bakery smell makes you hungry, and weirdly nostalgic. Citrus makes things feel cleaner. And lavender relaxes you enough to stop questioning why you're paying $12 for a candle. Casinos even use custom scents to make you stay longer and gamble more, because apparently, the smell of mild victory is addictive. And here's the kicker. Scent bypasses your rational brain completely, it goes straight to the limbic system, the part that controls emotion and memory. So, yeah, you're not buying products, you're buying vibes, literally inhaled through your nose. Number 5. The eye contact illusion. When someone makes strong eye contact, you instantly feel they're confident, honest, and trustworthy. But here's the plot twist. It's a manipulation tactic straight out of the psychology playbook. Salespeople, cult leaders, and even job interviewers use deliberate eye contact to trigger oxytocin, the bonding hormone, making you like them before you even know why. Your brain evolved to interpret steady eye contact as safety. Back in caveman times, locking eyes without running away meant, we're cool. Now it means, buy this overpriced skincare serum. Even a few seconds of controlled eye contact can make you confess more, agree faster, or trust harder. Next time someone's gaze feels a little too intense, just remember, your hormones are being hacked in real time. Number 4. The empty threat. Picture this. A website flashes, only 3 left in stock, or offer expires in 2 hours. You panic, click buy now, and feel victorious until that same item magically restocks 10 minutes later. Welcome to the world of artificial scarcity. It's psychological warfare disguised as urgency. Humans evolved to hoard scarce resources, food, shelter, or, apparently, discount sneakers. The fewer there are, the more valuable they seem. Even if we don't need it, our brain screams, get it before the others do. So, yeah, that limited edition gadget, it's just mass-produced panic. Number 3. The politeness trap. Ever stayed on a sales call way too long because you didn't want to be rude? Congratulations, you've fallen for the compliance principle. Manipulators rely on your politeness, knowing that humans hate social discomfort more than we hate losing time or money. From door-to-door salesmen to survey takers, they all weaponize manners. They'll compliment you, use your name often, or ask tiny favors first, like, could you spare a minute? That 1 minute turns into 30, and suddenly you're donating to a cause you've never heard of. Your parents taught you to be polite. The world taught you why that's dangerous, Number 2. The noise illusion. You're in a cafe, and suddenly the hum of conversation feels comforting. That's soundscaping, a designed environment meant to control how you behave. Low, consistent background noise relaxes your guard, so you stay longer and order more. Silence, on the other hand, feels tense and awkward, the enemy of consumer comfort. Even online, apps use tiny ping sounds to reward you. That little notification chime? It's pure Pavlov. Your brain releases dopamine every time it hears it, conditioning you to crave more. You're not checking messages, you're chasing the next audio treat. Basically, your ears have been trained like obedient puppies. Number 1. The packaging spell. You think you're buying a product, but you're really buying a box. Matte finishes feel premium. Gold trim feels expensive. And the weight of a bottle? That's a mind game. Heavier things feel more valuable, even if they're the exact same liquid. Marketers know this down to the molecule. Luxury perfume bottles are made thick on purpose, not to preserve scent, but to make you believe you're holding status. Your brain reads weight as worth. That's why plastic packaging is out, and minimalist glass jars are in. You didn't fall for the brand, you fell for physics. Apps that collect data you didn't know you gave. Number 11. The weather app that knows your secrets. You downloaded it because you just wanted to know if it's going to rain tomorrow. Innocent enough, right? Except that simple weather app you check every morning is quietly tracking your exact location every few seconds, even when it's not open. Some of them have even sold your movement data to advertisers, insurance companies, and get this, data brokers who can literally tell how often you visit a fast food place or how long you stay at your ex's house. Your phone becomes like a jealous ex that follows you everywhere, whispering your coordinates to anyone who pays. You think it's just predicting storms, but it's really predicting you. Some weather apps even analyze your movement patterns to sell location profiles. So somewhere out there, your name might be person who goes to Starbucks, then gym, then doom scrolls in bed. And all this for a forecast that's still wrong half the time. Number 10. Fitness trackers that judge you silently. You bought it to get healthy. It counts your steps, tracks your sleep, measures your heart rate, awesome. But it's also collecting biometric data that's more personal than your diary. Many fitness apps store not just your health stats, but also your GPS routes, sleep cycles, and even stress responses. In 2018, one fitness app accidentally revealed the locations of military bases because soldiers' jogging routes showed up on the global map. So yeah, your late-night walk around the block is somewhere in a massive database, sitting next to classified movement patterns of soldiers in Iraq. And when these companies get hacked or decide to share data with partners, your heart rate after that panic attack? Someone, somewhere, knows about it. Basically, you thought you were tracking calories. Turns out, you were feeding them. Number 9. The flashlight app that spied back. A few years ago, people started realizing something weird. Some flashlight apps, those simple little tools to turn your screen bright, were asking for permissions like location, microphone, and contacts. Why does a flashlight need to know who your friends are? Spoiler, it doesn't. Those free flashlight apps often bundled hidden code that harvested personal data for advertisers and shady analytics companies. They could literally record audio, read messages, and sell your info all for the price of light. You didn't download a flashlight. You downloaded surveillance, disguised as convenience. Number 8. Smart TVs that eavesdrop. You thought you upgraded to 4K, but you really just invited a corporate spy into your living room. Many smart TVs automatically track what you watch, when you watch, and even which ads make you pause. Some models literally use audio fingerprinting to recognize content even if it's playing from another device nearby. Yep, your TV listens to the room. You could be talking about your vacation plans, and it'll quietly feed that chatter into its recommendation algorithm. Oh, you mentioned Paris? Here's an ad for croissants and overpriced luggage. It's not called smart because it's clever, it's smart because it knows you. Number 7. Sleep apps that don't sleep. Ah yes, that soothing app that tracks your snores and plays gentle rain sounds. Except, it might also be recording way more than you're breathing. Some sleep tracking apps continuously collect ambient audio data and motion sensor readings, even when you're asleep. Others sell anonymized logs that can indicate when you're home, awake, or not, data that's valuable for marketers and terrifying for privacy experts. You wanted to wake up refreshed, but you woke up in a surveillance report. Number 6. Maps that never stop following you. Sure, navigation apps are lifesavers literally. But even when you're not using them, some keep recording your location history in the background. They know your commute, your favorite gas station, your guilty midnight burger run. All of it. Google once faced lawsuits for tracking users even when location history was turned off. Turns out, disabling one switch didn't actually stop all the tracking because there were multiple tracking systems hidden behind cheerful settings menus. So when your phone says, "Your trip to grandma's took 1 hour and 23 minutes, that's not magic. That's surveillance, sugar-coated as convenience. You didn't give it your route. It took it. Number 5. Photo editors that map your face. You downloaded it to smooth your skin or make your eyes bigger, but behind that cute interface, your selfie app might be building a biometric database. Some free photo filters scan and store detailed facial geometry, literally measuring the distance between your eyes, the curve of your jaw, and the tilt of your head. That info doesn't just vanish when you hit save. In some cases, it's uploaded to remote servers where companies use it to train facial recognition algorithms, often without your consent. So your selfie might help teach a machine how to recognize other people's faces too. You thought you were editing your photo. You were actually editing your privacy. Number 4. Shopping apps that track your heartbeat. Some retail apps now use your phone's sensors to track micro-movements, subtle motions, and pauses that show how interested you are in a product. A slight hesitation on a luxury watch page? Congratulations, the algorithm now knows you almost bought it. Combined with camera access or smartwatches, they can measure micro-expressions and heart rate changes. So if you blush at a discount, they'll know. It's not shopping. It's biometric capitalism in a cute pink interface. Number 3. Social media apps that read your clipboard. You copy a password, a phone number, or that weird quote you didn't want to forget, and guess what? Some social media apps automatically read whatever's on your clipboard the moment you open them, even if you never paste it. This became a scandal when iOS updates started exposing which apps were doing it, and let's just say, a lot of familiar names popped up. Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, all quietly peeking at what you copied, like that nosy friend who leans over your shoulder mid-text. They claim it's for anti-spam or user experience, but really, it's just another way to map your habits. You're basically giving them a mini diary every time you hit Ctrl+C. Copy-paste? More like copy-profit. Number 2. Dating apps that know too much. Swiping right might feel like harmless fun, but those apps don't just collect your preferences, they archive every swipe, every chat, every hesitation. Some have been shown to store thousands of data points per user. What you look for, how long you look, when you're lonely, and who you ghost. A journalist once requested her Tinder data file. It was 800 pages long, containing her messages, matches, time spent per profile, even notes on her inferred personality. That's not romance. That's algorithmic psychoanalysis. You thought you were looking for love, but love was looking at you. Number 1. The free apps that cost you everything. Here's the ultimate twist. The worst offenders aren't any one app, it's all the free ones. The truth is, if you're not paying for the product, you are the product. Every free photo editor, note app, meme generator, and clean your phone utility exists to harvest something. Your contacts, your habits, your keystrokes, or your metadata. One infamous example? A popular battery saver app that secretly logged users' calls and texts, then sold the data to marketing firms overseas. Another app disguised as a QR code reader quietly recorded users' microphone audio. They'll justify it with friendly nonsense like to improve performance or enhance your experience. But what they're really enhancing is your file value. Every tap, scroll, and emoji adds to your behavioral fingerprint a digital version of you that's being bought, sold, and analyzed thousands of times a day. So next time you download something that's 100% free, just remember, it's not free because it's kind. It's free because it's feeding. Popular modern habits with primitive origins. Number 13. The comfort blanket complex. You know that one hoodie you wear when life collapses like a wet cardboard box? The one that hasn't seen the inside of a washing machine since 2022? Yeah, that thing. Turns out, the urge to wrap yourself in soft fabric when stressed isn't just about fashion or questionable hygiene, it's ancient. Our primitive ancestors didn't have cozy sweatshirts, but they did have animal hides, which literally kept them alive. Warmth and protection meant survival. Over time, our brains began to associate being covered with being safe. Now fast forward to the 21st century, same brain, new hoodie. So when you're wrapped up in your blanket watching Netflix and ignoring emails, you're basically reenacting your caveman ancestors huddling in a cave, just with better snacks and Wi-Fi. Number 12. The snack stash. Survival mode. You know that secret snack drawer you swear you don't have? Or the emergency chocolate you forgot about in your bag? Yeah, that's your inner cave person showing. Ancient humans had no idea when their next meal would come, so their bodies and brains were built to hoard food like dragons hoard gold. Now, even though grocery stores exist and DoorDash arrives faster than a cheetah, that survival programming hasn't updated. So, when you're hiding chips from your roommate, you're not greedy, you're evolutionarily responsible. Congratulations, you're biologically thrifty. Number 11. The group chat instinct. Why do you get nervous when no one replies to your meme? Why does being left on scene hurt worse than a stubbed toe? Because for early humans, being ignored by the tribe could literally mean death. Isolation equals no protection equals tiger lunch. Modern humans replace the campfire circle with the group chat, but your brain still treats silence like rejection. That's why you feel that weird pang of anxiety when your friends don't double-tap your post. It's not vanity, it's survival. You're just trying to stay in the tribe, even if the tribe now communicates entirely in GIFs. Number 10. The morning coffee ritual. You probably think your morning coffee is a modern miracle of caffeine and capitalism, but what you're really doing is reenacting one of humanity's oldest rituals, the daily hunt for stimulation. Primitive humans didn't have espresso machines, but they did have to wake up and immediately start chasing something: food, safety, or both. Your cup of coffee? That's the civilized version of scanning the horizon for mammoths. The ritual of wake, fuel, survive never changed. Only now, your prey is productivity, and your weapon is a latte the size of your head. Basically, coffee is our way of pretending we're still hunting, just with fewer spears and more oat milk. Number 9. Oversharing for validation. Ever wonder why you post your lunch online? Or why you felt a rush of serotonin when 3 people liked your photo of soup? That's ancient social signaling. Our ancestors showed off their hunting or crafting skills to prove they were valuable tribe members. You post latte art. Same brain wiring, different props. The likes, comments, and emojis mimic the approving nods of your prehistoric peers around a campfire. Your brain can't tell digital validation from real acceptance, so it floods you with dopamine like you just brought home a woolly mammoth for dinner. Spoiler: you didn't, but hey, at least the lighting was good. Number 8. The burnout badge of honor. You've probably bragged about how busy you are at least once this week, don't deny it. I'm so tired, you say, like it's a competition. And in a way, it is. Ancient humans earned status by proving their worth hunting longer, building faster, surviving harder. Modern humans just replaced survival with hustle. Your exhaustion is a social signal. Look how much I'm contributing. Look how capable I am. The sad part? Your brain still treats this like proof of dominance, even though the hunt now involves spreadsheets, not spears. Congratulations, you've evolved into a high-functioning, caffeine-fueled caveman. Number 7. The fear of missing out reflex. Fear of missing out isn't new, it's prehistoric. Back then, missing out could mean missing food, fire, or crucial gossip about which berries won't kill you. Staying in the loop literally meant staying alive. Today, your brain still panics when it sees people hanging out without you. It doesn't know those photos are from last week, it just screams, "The tribe is bonding without us." That twitchy need to check your phone every 5 minutes? That's evolution begging to stay connected, even if the tribe is a bunch of people arguing about movies online. Number 6. The alarm clock panic. You wake up, hear that demonic beeping, and instantly feel like you're being hunted. That's not an overreaction, it's biology. Your fight or flight system was built for stampeding animals and surprise predators, not gentle reminders to go to work. Back in the wild, a sudden loud noise always meant danger. Now, it just means capitalism. Your heart races, your adrenaline spikes, and your brain screams, "Run!" But instead of running from a bear, you drag yourself to your laptop. Basically, your alarm clock is the modern saber-toothed tiger. Except this time, you pay for it. Number 5. The mirror obsession. You check your reflection in every shiny surface, mirrors, windows, spoons, even your phone camera at 2 in the morning. Why? Because your ancestors relied on appearance to signal health, strength, and genetic fitness. They didn't have Instagram filters, but they still had to look good enough to survive and mate. Modern humans just swapped mud and bones for skincare routines and lighting angles. When you fix your hair in your reflection, you're not vain. You're performing a 200,000-year-old survival ritual. You're basically grooming for the hunt, but now the hunt is your next selfie. Number 4. The endless binge watch. You know, when you tell yourself just one more episode, and suddenly it's 4 in the morning, and you're questioning your life choices? That's not lack of willpower, it's ancient pattern-seeking behavior. Our ancestors' brains were wired to stay alert and notice patterns, animal trails, weather shifts, threats in the dark. The human brain loves stories, especially unfinished ones. So when Netflix autoplays the next episode, it's hijacking that instinct. You're not lazy, you're evolutionarily trapped in a digital campfire tale that never ends. Number 3. The collecting instinct. Why do you have 20 unread books, 3 half-used notebooks, and more digital clutter than a hoarder's attic? Because your brain evolved to gather. Food, tools, shiny rocks, it didn't matter. Collecting meant safety. Now, your resources are tabs, playlists, and Funko Pops. That little thrill you get from buying something new is your brain saying, "We might survive the winter." Spoiler, the only thing you're surviving is shipping fees. Number 2. The revenge sleep cycle. It's midnight. You're exhausted, but you refuse to go to bed. "I deserve this time," you whisper, scrolling through memes like it's your last act of rebellion. That's your ancient brain fighting for autonomy. Early humans had no control over daylight, predators, or weather, so they clung to any sense of agency. You're doing the same, defying modern threats like alarm clocks and morning meetings. In other words, your brain mistakes bedtime procrastination for personal freedom. Ironically, you wake up the next morning feeling like you've been mauled by a mammoth. Number 1. The fear of silence. Ever notice how uncomfortable total silence feels? Like your brain immediately starts inventing noises? That's not imagination, it's survival instinct. Our ancestors depended on ambient sounds to detect danger. Silence often meant something wasn't right, a predator stalking nearby. Maybe. Fast forward to today, and total quiet still triggers low-level panic. That's why we fill every moment with music, podcasts, or background noise. You're not addicted to sound, you're subconsciously scanning for danger in the static. Why Earth might be the most dangerous planet. Number 11. The sun is slowly cooking you. You probably think the sun is a big warm friend in the sky. Wrong. It's a nuclear explosion that's been going on for billions of years, and your skin is its favorite snack. Every tan is actually your body screaming, "We're under attack," while trying to repair radiation damage. Ultraviolet light doesn't just give you sunburn, it mutates your DNA. Every time you step outside, your cells play a microscopic game of Russian roulette. And that lovely blue sky? It's just scattered sunlight radiation politely diluted so it doesn't fry you instantly. If our magnetic field ever weakens, the sun would roast the planet's surface like a forgotten pizza. So yeah, next time you complain about winter, just remember, summer is technically cosmic assault season. Number 10. The ground is literally trying to kill you. You probably think standing on solid ground is the safest thing you can do. Cute. The Earth's crust, that comfy little shell we live on, is basically a cracked eggshell floating on a pool of molten rage. At any moment, 2 of those giant crusty slabs can decide to rub shoulders and cause an earthquake big enough to turn skyscrapers into dust confetti. And volcanoes? Oh, those are just open wounds in the planet's skin, spewing out gases toxic enough to choke you, and lava hot enough to turn your bones into pottery glaze. The best part? Scientists think there are thousands of undiscovered volcanoes under the ocean, just bubbling quietly, waiting for their villain arc. You don't need aliens or asteroids for apocalypse energy. The planet already has a built-in self-destruct feature. It's like living inside a slow cooker with anger issues. Number 9. The air is actively against you. You inhale oxygen like it's your best friend. But spoiler, it's not. Oxygen is a necessary evil. It keeps you alive just long enough to slowly rust your body from the inside out. Yeah, oxidation is basically your cells corroding like an old car. Every breath is a tiny act of self-destruction. And don't forget, our life-sustaining atmosphere is only a few dozen kilometers thick. That's nothing. Step a little too high above it, and your blood boils. Sink a little too low underwater, and your lungs implode. We're living in the most inconvenient sweet spot in the universe. One bad move, and nature just uninstalls you. Oh, and the air also comes preloaded with carcinogens, viruses, and microplastics. Every breath is a sample pack from a chemistry lab. Number 8. The planet is radioactive by default. You don't need nukes for radiation. The Earth is already glowing on the inside. Uranium, thorium, radon, they're all naturally sprinkled through the crust like seasoning from hell. You're literally sleeping above trace amounts of radioactive material every night. Bananas, by the way, are mildly radioactive too because of potassium 40. So yes, the healthy snack your doctor recommends is technically a mini nuclear experience. But the real danger hides in places like Ramsar, Iran, or Guarapari, Brazil, cities where natural radiation levels are hundreds of times higher than normal. Locals just live there, like it's fine. So next time someone says nuclear energy is unnatural, remind them Earth has been leaking radiation since before life even showed up. Number 7. Parasites run the show. If you think humans are the dominant species, let me introduce you to the real overlords, parasites. They outnumber every other organism on the planet, and they've perfected mind control. There's a fungus that makes ants climb trees and glue themselves in place before dying so the fungus can grow out of their heads. And it's not just insects. There's a parasite that makes mice attracted to cat urine because it wants to get inside a cat's stomach to reproduce. Even humans aren't safe. Some parasites hijack your brain chemicals, your appetite, even your emotions. So yeah, when you feel like you're not in control of your life, you might be more right than you think. Number 6. The planet's ice has secrets. The glaciers and permafrost look peaceful, but they're frozen time bombs. Locked inside are ancient viruses, bacteria, and greenhouse gases older than civilization. As global warming melts them, those things are waking up like it's Jurassic Park. But for germs. Scientists have already revived microbes that had been frozen for tens of thousands of years, and they still work. That's right. Ice can hold on to diseases longer than human memory. And the methane trapped underneath? One big thaw and poof, runaway climate chaos. So while everyone worries about asteroids, the real danger might be quietly defrosting in the Arctic. Number 5. The oceans are a death trap. Ah yes, the ocean, humanity's favorite blue mystery box. It covers most of the planet, and yet, we've explored less than 10% of it. You know why? Because it's terrifying. The deeper you go, the more physics gives up. Pressure down there doesn't just crush you, it erases you. Your body would implode faster than a soda can under a truck tire. And the creatures? Absolute nightmares. Some glow in the dark like alien neon signs. Others have teeth where teeth should never be. There's a fish called the fangtooth that literally looks like it was designed by anxiety itself. Then there's tsunamis, waves that don't just splash, they erase coastlines. The same beautiful beach that gives you Instagram sunsets can turn into a blender of debris and saltwater in minutes. The ocean doesn't care about your beach vacation, it's the planet's biggest murder weapon, disguised as a holiday destination. Number 4. Weather has mood swings. 1 minute, it's sunshine and birdsong. The next, it's an airborne blender of hailstones and death. Earth's weather system is powered by chaos. Literally. You can have a heat wave, hurricane, and snowstorm all in the same week because the planet's climate machine runs on unstable feedback loops that make your ex look emotionally consistent. Lightning alone kills thousands each year, striking with temperatures hotter than the surface of the sun. And tornadoes? Those are just sky drills, spinning columns of air casually rearranging your house. Meanwhile, floods, droughts, and fires all take turns like some deranged elemental Olympics. It's like the planet's trying to remind you that outdoors is just a fancy word for danger zone. Number 3. Plants are plotting too. You think nature is peaceful because you've never looked at it closely enough. Plants, for example, are not innocent. Some can paralyze you, burn your skin, or mess with your brain chemistry just because you brushed against them. Giant hogweed can give you blisters that last for years, and the manchineel tree, charmingly nicknamed the Tree of Death, can blind you if you stand under it in the rain. Even the nice ones cheat. The corpse flower smells like a rotting carcass to attract flies. The Venus flytrap is literally a carnivore disguised as a salad. And trees? They gossip underground using fungal networks like nature's own dark web. Basically, your garden is a slow-motion battlefield, and you're just the confused tourist walking through it. Number 2. Space is always trying to crash the party. Every few months, some asteroid the size of a building passes by Earth like, hey, just checking in. A tiny shift in trajectory and boom, dinosaurs too. Except this time we're the fossils. Earth sits in a cosmic shooting gallery, constantly dodging space rocks, solar flares, and cosmic radiation. The only reason we're not all dust is because our atmosphere and magnetic field are doing overtime as the universe's flimsiest security system. And here's the kicker. The universe doesn't even notice us. Space is not hostile, it's just indifferent. It's like living next to a firing range where the shooters don't know you exist. Number 1. Gravity is a jerk. Gravity is the reason you exist, and also the reason you'll eventually fall apart. It's the silent assassin pulling at your spine, crushing your joints, and keeping your organs sagging in place like overworked interns. Astronauts age slower in space not because time stops, but because they're taking a vacation from gravity's constant bullying. And here's the cosmic irony. If Earth's gravity were just slightly weaker, the atmosphere would drift off and you'd suffocate. If it were stronger, you'd collapse under your own weight. The margin for survival is tiny. You're basically being held together by a force that would love to see you trip down the stairs. The beasts that hunted us before we ruled the earth. Number 15. Crocodiles on steroids. Modern crocs are scary enough. They lurk in the water, look like angry handbags, and can drag you under before you even scream. Now, let me introduce you to Purosaurus, the prehistoric alligator on roids. This South American monster could grow over 40 feet long and weigh up to 8 tons. To put that in perspective, that's like a school bus deciding it wants to eat you. Early humans living near rivers? Yeah, they were basically fishing with death traps on either side. And the bite force? Scientists estimate it at over 10 tons. That's strong enough to crush a car, let alone a human ribcage. Forget sharks. Rivers were the real no-go zone. If you saw ripples in the water, congratulations, you just unlocked nightmare mode. Number 14. Dire wolves. Cue the Game of Thrones theme, because these were real. Dire wolves weren't just oversized regular wolves, they were bulkier, with crushing jaws and the pack-hunting instincts of your worst nightmare. Standing face-to-face with one was already bad enough, but dire wolves didn't do solo missions. They rolled deep in packs, sometimes dozens strong. Imagine trying to guard your campfire while a furry army circles you, waiting for someone to trip, and here's the kicker. They weren't just scavengers, they actively hunted giant prey, which means you. Tiny, squishy, hairless ape? That's a light snack before dinner. Number 13. Hyenodons. Forget modern hyenas. Their ancient relatives were like nightmare wolves with a dental upgrade. Hyenodons were massive carnivores with skulls bigger than a lion's and teeth designed to puncture bone. They didn't just hunt alone, they likely roamed in packs, meaning once one spotted you, the rest weren't far behind. And unlike modern predators that sometimes back off, hyenodons were the persistence hunters of their era. You could run, you could climb, you could scream, but they'd just keep coming. It was like being chased by furry terminators with dental insurance. Number 12. Saber-toothed cats. Okay, you already knew this one was coming. Smilodon, the OG nightmare cat. You've seen them in every museum diorama and cheesy Ice Age movie, but the reality was way scarier. Imagine a tiger, but with swords sticking out of its face. Their canines were up to 7 inches long, basically steak knives that grew out of their gums. And no, they weren't just for show. Saber-toothed cats use those teeth to slice through thick hides and finish off giant prey like ground sloths and bison. Now picture being a 5-foot-tall Homo habilis with a rock in your hand. Who do you think wins that fight? Spoiler, not you. Humans didn't just have to outrun each other, they had to outrun cats with literal medieval weaponry in their mouths. Basically, evolution gave us the first horror movie villain, but with fur. Number 11. Cave lions. Modern lions are already scary. They're huge, fast, and come with teeth designed to separate your torso from your hopes and dreams. Now picture them bigger, like 30% bigger. The European cave lion wasn't just a lion, it was a supersized killing machine that regularly hunted mammoths and bison. And yes, humans were on the menu too. Early people even painted them on cave walls, which historians think meant, beware. More likely, it was a prehistoric Yelp review. Loud, scary, eats our relatives, would not recommend. And the worst part? These lions didn't hang out on the open plains like their African cousins. Nope, they liked lurking near forests and cliffs, so you could be wandering around looking for berries and bam, cat attack, no refunds. Number 10. Humans' worst predator, other humans. Plot twist. The deadliest predator you ever faced was another person. Once weapons, strategy, and language came into play, humans became scarier than any lion, bear, or giant lizard. Spears turned us from snacks into apex killers. Fire let us take the night shift away from saber-toothed cats. And the invention of teamwork? That was the ultimate cheat code. Of course, it also meant humans weren't just protecting themselves, they were turning on each other. From prehistoric raids to full-on wars, no beast has ever wiped out more humans than, well, humans. We basically invented being each other's final boss. Number 9. Giant snakes. Snakes are already nature's nope rope, but Titanoboa was a whole different level of nope. This prehistoric serpent stretched nearly 50 feet long and weighed over a ton. By the time humans showed up, smaller but still gigantic pythons and anacondas roamed the swamps, and unlike Hollywood exaggerations, these snakes didn't just strangle, they swallowed prey whole. Picture walking through the jungle and stepping into what looks like a pile of roots, only for it to move. Suddenly, you're part of the worst group hug in history. Number 8. Megalania. Ah yes, Australia. Land of spiders that look like they can file taxes, and snakes that treat your living room like an Airbnb. But thousands of years ago, it had something even worse. Megalania, a 2-3 foot long monitor lizard that basically made Komodo dragons look like geckos. And yes, it was venomous. Early Aboriginal Australians would have had to deal with these scaly death wagons lurking in the bush, waiting to ambush anything with a pulse. One bite, and the venom would stop blood from clotting while infection set in. So even if you escaped, congratulations, you just unlocked the slow, painful DLC of death. Basically, Megalania was Australia's way of saying, you thought surviving here was hard? Hold my beer. Number 7. Gigantopithecus. Yes, Bigfoot was kinda real. Gigantopithecus was an ape that stood up to 10 feet tall and weighed over 1,000 pounds. These guys lived in Asia and overlapped with early humans. Now, scientists debate whether they were aggressive or just big banana enthusiasts, but let's be honest, if a skyscraper-sized ape wanted your berries, you weren't going to say no. Imagine bumping into one while foraging, a hairy wall of muscle glaring at you like you just sat in its favorite seat. Even if they weren't hunting humans, all it would take is one bad mood swing, and congratulations, you're a prehistoric pancake. Number 6. Giant scorpions. Yep, this isn't a bad 80 seconds monster movie, it was real life. Meet Pulmonoscorpius, a scorpion the size of a dog. These creepy crawlies reached over 2 feet long and lived during the Carboniferous period, but their smaller cousins stuck around long enough to torment early humans. Imagine going to collect firewood and a literal nightmare with claws and a stinger crawls out. Even if the venom wasn't instantly lethal, infection, paralysis, or just the sheer trauma of being stabbed by a living hypodermic needle was enough to ruin your day. Basically, Mother Nature made arachnophobia totally rational. Number 5. Giant eagles. Birds don't usually make the Predator Hall of Fame, but Harpagornis moray, aka the Haast's eagle, deserves a spot. Native to New Zealand, this eagle had a wingspan of up to 10 feet and claws as big as a tiger's. What did it eat? Oh, giant flightless birds called moa, and occasionally humans. Early Maori legends describe man-eating birds of prey, and yeah, turns out they weren't exaggerating. Imagine walking through the forest and suddenly a feathered missile drops from the sky, driving talons straight into your chest. No warning, no chance to run. Just instant, you are now food. Basically, it was the jump scare of the ancient world. Number 4. Giant hypsodont wolves. Think of wolves, but crank the nightmare dial. Fossil records show there were once oversized wolf species with high-crowned, durable teeth built for crunching bone non-stop. Imagine dire wolves, but even more specialized for breaking you into chewable pieces. They weren't picky eaters, either megafauna, carrion, or a stray human wandering too far from campfire safety. And thanks to pack dynamics, they didn't just chase you, they strategized. Humans weren't fighting lone wolves, they were fighting furry, organized gangs that came with their own dental toolkit. Basically, if Uber Eats existed back then, you were the delivery. Number 3. Giant hyenas. Picture this. You're sitting around a prehistoric campfire, gnawing on some questionable mammoth jerky, when suddenly out of the shadows lumbers a hyena the size of a horse. Yeah, not your cute spotted scavenger we see on nature documentaries. I'm talking Pachycrocuta brevirostris, aka the giant hyena. These things weighed up to 400 pounds and had jaws strong enough to crunch straight through bone. Humans? Oh, we were basically walking chew toys. Early Homo sapiens and Neanderthals didn't just have to watch out for saber-toothed cats, they had to hope the neighborhood bone cruncher wasn't on its nightly stroll. Fun fact, their bite force was estimated to be stronger than a modern lion's. Imagine trying to sleep at night knowing a prehistoric garbage disposal might be sniffing around your cave. Sweet dreams. Number 2. Terror birds. Forget angry birds. Try I will end your entire bloodline birds. Meet the Forus racids, 10-foot tall, flightless nightmares with beaks designed like battle axes. These guys lived in South America and were apex predators long before humans showed up. Now, were they around when humans eventually migrated there? Oh yes. Imagine hiking through the savannah and suddenly hearing thunderous footsteps, only to see a feathery guillotine running at you at 40 miles an hour. Your stone spear? That's basically bringing a toothpick to a sword fight. If evolution had a dark sense of humor, terror birds were its punchline. They didn't even need claws, just a massive hooked beak to bludgeon, stab, and swallow prey whole. Nature basically spawned a land ostrich with a murder upgrade. Number 1. Short-faced bears. You think grizzlies are scary? Oh buddy, let me upgrade your nightmare fuel. Enter Arctodus simus, the short-faced bear. Don't be fooled by the name, it wasn't short at all. These guys stood over 11 feet tall on their hind legs and weighed close to a ton. Unlike modern bears, which sometimes eat berries and fish like cuddly omnivores, these things were built for speed and meat. Scientists think they could sprint up to 40 miles an hour. That means you're not outrunning it, you're not outclimbing it, you're not out anything-ing it. Your best hope was that the bear simply wasn't hungry, which is about as comforting as knowing your fate depends on a giant murder teddy's mood swings.